Brad, how we doing?
Hey, good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Quick on the trigger today. Brad and I both had some energy drinks.
Boom, boom.
We're feeling it.
Chike, chike.
It just came back from, not this episode, it just came back from...
Bean, bean.
Yeah. Also, beans.
Beans.
Travel.
Beans is not this episode either, but Main Street Roasters is great.
They have beans.
Sponsor, yeah.
Yeah.
Shirts. Capsules.
Yeah, you're right. So many sponsors.
Oh,
anyway, weird way to start. So this past weekend, I think a couple months ago, I was like, Brad, I was looking at my calendar. I'm going to be out of town every weekend until June 24th. Mm-hmm. Started to feel it. This is what it feels like right now. Because, if I'm not touring, got something else going on this past weekend.
A little fatigued, or what do you mean by feel it?
It's starting to it's starting to become just very real how little time I have in Kansas City. Like when I'm in here, it's like I have so much. Every 15-minute window is so just like.
Would you say you need to make a count?
That is important.
I know, right?
That's a great word.
Sorry for interrupting, but I had written down a long time ago. I never used it or never said it out loud. But I think I was like, I wonder if we saw each other more in other states than we did in Kansas in April.
Oh, that's a fun idea. Idea
between Scottsdale and Florida, and then we didn't see each other every day in Kansas. Obviously,
yeah.
I don't know.
Fun thought, because I was touring in between there, so I wasn't even here to be seen by you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting thought. But yeah, it just nowadays, which is not even what I was going to talk about, but it's like every car ride I take now is like very intentional. No music, no podcast. I'm working on stand-up. I'm brainstorming this.
I know that feeling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's just busyness. Everyone's been busy. I'm not special. Anyway, this past weekend,
you are special. You hear me?
Hey, it's not your fault.
You understand?
It's not your fault. You are special.
Yeah.
Saturday, Rachel's little brother Tim graduated from college. Which that was funny. Gunnar texted us to hang out, and I was like, I can't. I got Tim's high school graduation because Gunnar thought that Tim was in high school when he met him.
What did he say? Like, did he just say straight up, like, what high school do you go to? Or like,
I think it was like,
do you know where you're going to college?
You know where you're going to college?
Because Tim was.
Yeah, I've known for 3 years.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going to law school next year, you idiot. You jerk.
But it was we had another wedding shower on Sunday, Tim's graduation on Saturday.
Wow.
And yeah, graduations. I hadn't been to one in a while. I was like, man, I remember these not being that fun, but like, let's see. Let's give it a chance here. Here's what I'll say. Mm-hmm. It was so fun that for the first time ever in our lives, Rachel and I were playing chess with each other to pass the time.
Whoa. Does that mean what I think it means?
Her rook, my knight. No, it was just like, wow.
She was the queen and I was the bishop. And let me tell you.
Check me. I don't know what any of this means, but I think that was just a funny signal of like, wow, they are doing anything.
Are you playing on your phones?
Yeah, I got a little chess app.
Sure.
Haven't used it since we sat next to Tavon on the plane, I think, but we did that. We did some logic puzzles. But the main thing I wanted to talk about was we were watching this mother and father in front of us. They're probably like, young 50s, an age that would make sense to have a college-aged son or daughter.
Okay.
And because it was really cute because they're also just trying to pass the time. And so the guy is kind of leaned over. They're kind of, arms on each other.
Out a little bit.
They're tonguing.
Yeah.
And he is just like swiping through his camera roll. Just like they're looking at old pictures. And they're only like 4 rows in front of us. So it's kind of cute. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of just like very stereotypical like selfies taken of them on a vacation. Like just awkward. Like it was taken kind of like this where the guy just pushes his chin back into his... his head, and just weird photos, and then some of like her in like a nice like gown for the vacation. So it was like really sweet. I was like, oh, this is cute. And then, dude, he swiped one more over, and it was a picture of her feet and only her feet. And then he quickly like got out of it, and it was so weird. And Rachel and I saw it all happen, and we're like, oh my gosh.
He quickly got out of it.
Yeah, he like quickly like put his phone down and like swiped out of it.
Did they kind of look at each other?
I don't know what their body language was. Their backs are to us. We're a couple rows above them, but it was so weird. It's like, I feel like he just outed himself as a foot fetish guy at a college graduation. Who knows how many other people saw this?
We sure it was her feet?
Oh, this is the babysitter's feet.
He took some group photo and zoomed in and screenshot that bad boy.
Oh, ew.
I know.
Yeah, anyway, it was just, what a gross, it went from so cute, like, wow, these people are really in love. They're going on vacations. Yeah. Like, oh, wow, he likes her little piggies.
The fact that he was like, Yeah, like putting it away so quickly. Because one thing is like, oh yeah, remember that one time you were checking out, like trying to figure out what shoes you were wearing? I don't know. Like there's a reason to have, I'm not saying like if you have somebody's feet on your phone, that's automatically like you're a weirdo. But if you're putting it down real quick, you're a weirdo.
I think that was what incriminated him. Because it was just a picture of feet. And I don't have the foot fetish gene. I don't know what
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, if I saw somebody's feet in a camera roll, I would think, oh, well, were you interested in buying the shoes that she had on? I'm serious. I would. Would you not? I would think that. I would not.
Just two bare feet. Looked like they were like at the end of a bed.
Well, no. See, in my head, they weren't bare.
Oh.
In my head, had shoes on them.
Okay. No,
I wouldn't be like, yeah, what shoes are you wearing? They look invisible.
Oh, what invisible shoes did you have?
Oh, yeah.
What size are your invisible shoes? I gotta give me some of those.
I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
Ghostrunners podcast.
Anyway, that's the foot fetish part of this episode. We'll move on now. But
How crazy was that graduation though? Because if high school graduations are amazing, college graduations are just next level fun.
There was so much time to do everything when you're sitting at this graduation. So I counted every row and every column,
Fun.
multiplied. I think we came up to exactly 1,132 people.
Was it at Hilton Coliseum?
Whoa. How do you know that?
I was asking. I didn't know that.
Oh, you nailed it.
Oh, I mean, that's what colleges are usually in their arenas.
You just know the name of where they play basketball?
Whoa. Yeah, you don't?
Oh, wow.
Hilton Magic? Ames, Iowa?
No.
Oh, Hilton Magic's a thing, dude.
That freaked me out that you just knew that. I was like, what do you have? You're hiding something from me.
I went to the Packers game. Oh, was that Lambeau Field?
Dude!
What? How'd you know that, bro?
Is Vince Lombardi your grandpa?
Went to a Yankees game? Was it at Yankee Stadium?
Dude!
Holy crap!
How did you do that?
Are you the descendant of DiMaggio, bro?
You have the same gene as your dad. You're a savant. It's crazy.
Yeah. There's no basic. I don't know. Maybe people don't know that. It's a Big 12 school.
Hilton Coliseum was impressive.
I don't know very many of the other stadiums in Big 12, but
it also is impressive too because it could have been at all these different big.
It could have been it could have been at the English lecture hall. I think it's Sneidberger. It could have been at Sneidberger Hall. It could have been on Bluemont Hall.
But it went for Hilton Coliseum.
Hilton Coliseum, yeah.
So you know that. Also, speaking of your dad, it reminded me when I ran into Zane at Shake Shack yesterday.
Yes.
He was like, dude, and Brad's dad, that is the most amazing thing.
Oh, really?
With the colleges.
I don't think I said this on the podcast, but in Florida, Maddie Oliver, she's like, I went to this tiny school. I think it's called Harrisonburg University. Uh-huh. And she's like, I think she said that it's not even in existence anymore, or it shut down, or changed the name. Sorry, Maddie, if I didn't get the story exactly right. But I was curious. I was like, I wonder if my dad knows that. And I said, have you heard of Harrisonburg University or something? He's like, yeah, it's in blah, blah, blah. I think it's in Harrisonburg, Pennsylvania, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, I think so. So yeah, he's awesome.
He's good.
He's a good guy.
Anyway, so yeah, I had time to count how many people were there. I was a little disappointed in the branding of Iowa State. I think I counted 4 different colors of red or
sure.
They don't call it crimson. They call it cardinal. Inconsist.
Really?
Yeah. For a Division I Big 12 school.
I really like that red, but paired with the yellow, it's just ketchup and mustard.
Oh, okay.
The red by itself though is a good look. I think that's a nice red that they have there.
Good cardinal, you would say.
Yeah, not too bright. Kind of just a royal red.
Good.
Yeah. But then the yellow it's kind of like honestly, I don't love the Chiefs colors.
I don't think the Chiefs have great colors. Thankfully, it's a little more red and white, and then I think yellow comes third. It's more of a
But
alternate.
then on all the freaking merch that you can buy, it's red with yellow lettering of the Chiefs.
There's always going to be a little yellow.
I don't want the yellow ever.
Guys, quit.
Quit it, guys.
Quit it.
Anyway, so you counted some different reds.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really much else to say. I did appreciate the once they got done with the commencement speaker and all this other ceremonial stuff, when it was time to read the names, they got busy.
Yeah.
I mean, they just bang, 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 just
Good.
one after another. So that was nice. They tried to go as fast as they could.
How much did you guys cheer for Tim?
So we didn't have a game plan. I didn't know what we were gonna do.
And you didn't have any time to talk about it.
Yeah, let's be quiet. But I thought we'd at least make a little noise. I was the only person who made a little noise.
Seriously?
Yeah.
The Coop family.
I got one clap in and realized we weren't clapping, so I didn't. So then that was it. Tim got one clap. You're welcome,
really?
Tim. I was the only one who clapped.
Hey, Tim.
clapped.
FYI, if I were at Hilton Coliseum, there would be some Hilton magic when I called your name. Tim Coop. Yeah, Timmy!
Timothy Steven!
Future Marquette Golden Eagle. Going to law school. Royal dictum.
He's logical.
Yeah.
Pretty good LSAT score.
He's jurisprudent. Pro bono.
Just lawyer terms.
Yeah.
Plaintiff. You're welcome, Tim.
Yep.
Anyway, so they kept quiet, which
They kept things brief. Did they have anybody named Affidavit?
Nice.
I don't know that many legal terms.
Bailiff.
Juris.
He didn't want to. So he's going to law school at Marquette. He didn't want to be a bailiff bear.
Bailiff bear. Oh, man.
Let's see. Do you feel like people were kind of judging him? That was a good one. Good breath. Good breath going into that one.
Oh, thanks, man.
Anyway, so they didn't really cheer.
That's crazy. Like, honestly, no offense to Steve and Trisha, I wouldn't expect them to go crazy.
No.
They're a little quieter. But Steve and Angie, Steve especially, Steve has no shame, I feel like.
Yeah, I think he's
Rachel's Steve.
Yeah, we want to like really be embarrassed by,
Like, I don't remember how or where, but I feel like I've seen a picture of Steve and Angie like dressed up like Elf, like the Elf characters, and like went to Rachel's volleyball game. Like, they're those kind of people.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah.
Like my parents are fun. They're not going to do that.
They're not dressed as Buddy the Elf at a D1 game.
But my mom went nuts for my graduation thing.
Really?
Maybe not nuts, but like my mom's she has the classic whoop whoop. So she always yells every time. So, and she yelled it.
I think I would be embarrassed if my parents did whoop whoop. I would prefer the quietly proud.
I would be like,
I think Tim
I don't
would
know
too.
if I'd be embarrassed. I think I'm just like, oh man, mom and dad.
Oh man. What was kind of obnoxious, which it didn't really happen to Tim, but like someone's name would get read and their family would go nuts.
Gotta recognize.
You missed the next three names. Like you really couldn't hear the names.
It's a 1 second, like, let's do it.
Next up, Affidavit Johnson.
Yeah, Affidavit!
Next up, Tim Coop.
Yeah.
And you don't miss it.
No.
Yeah, Affidavit.
You gotta know what you're saying. Maybe an inside joke even in there, Like,
yeah. Yeah, barely passed biology. Get in there really quick.
Way to study hard! And it's over. You did it!
It was kind of funny afterwards. We learned that because they try to honor everyone. All right, for those who are summa cum laude, 3.75 or higher, you have of course the gold cords. Please stand. Let everyone recognize you. I noticed. So Tim didn't stand for that one, and I was like, oh okay. I could see him being more maybe 3.5 guy or whatever. Didn't stand for that one. 3.25. Tim didn't stand. I was like, wow, that shocks me. Hey, it's all right. Hey,
no
still
problem.
pass.
No problem.
Come to find out afterwards, we
Married
talked to
into
Tim.
a dumped family.
I was like, hey, no cords? And he's like, I guess I was actually summa cum laude, but I forgot to get my cords. And of course, his family was like, that's hilarious. And I feel like grandma was a little bit like, I feel like you should have got the cords.
You spent a lot of money for those cords, sweetie.
Please get the cords.
Please grab those cords. They will look good in a frame someday. Okay.
We're going to take a picture and you don't have the cords.
You don't have the cords. You don't even have a hat on, Tim.
He did forget dress shoes, so he's just in like Nike like basketball shoes underneath his gown too. He looked good.
I mean, these days people are wearing the shoes with the pants.
Cool streetwear.
Do you mind if I wear some like Air Force Ones to your wedding?
As long as they're all black, I think that's great.
Cool. Well,
sick.
No, they'd be like black with a little white accent.
Okay.
Deal
No,
breaker.
can do.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that was more about graduation than I planned on talking about, but it was nice. We did it.
Fun. Let's see. Oh, I have a few different things written down for my trip to Sublette.
Okay, great.
Didn't really talk about that. So it's Cole's 10th birthday, my nephew, and he had a birthday party with all his friends.
Did you get him some Kohl's cash?
Oh, did you get him a lump of coal? No, it was it was his 10th birthday and he was so fun. He I mean, he had 8 of his friends or 7 of his friends. There were 8 of them total.
Solid group.
And it was just classic. Like it felt like K Country all over again.
Really?
Like it's just anytime you get that many boys in a room and there's just chaos, and especially when you're eating pizza and cake and ice cream and so much Mountain Dew. They had Mountain Dew and they had Sunny D, which we can transition to that later.
I bet they were amazing.
It was really good.
Be amazing.
But all he wanted to do for his birthday party, first of all, his mom, my sister, it was cute. Like she said, yeah, he really wants to have you at his birthday party, Brad. Like,
wow.
He wants like his aunts and uncles to be there. He thinks it's cool. Like if you would like play sports with him for his birthday. And I was like, okay.
Does any of that is any of that because you are a YouTuber and you are this person that he admires?
I don't think he has any idea about
Okay,
that
really?
stuff. I mean, no, I think he's watched the videos and stuff, but I don't think he cares. I think
it doesn't matter.
He just like every time we hang out, he's always like, Brad, you want to go throw the ball around? And I will always say yes.
Throw the ball around's fun.
Anybody who asks, especially, Bo and Hattie and Cole, whatever. And whatever. So they're playing, he just wanted to play sports the whole time. So we played football, basketball, wiffle ball, soccer. And football, at first it was 4-on-4. It was going great. They're doing their thing. And one of the kids, gets hurt or something. Classic 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And so like, Brad, come in. And there was definitely one team that was struggling a little more than the other. And so I came on the struggling team. And let's just say,
brought him back.
Daddy brought him back. I was quarterback. In the very first pass, I just dropped a absolute dime to a kid named Maxon. Maxon relaxing all the way in, baby. And people were like, whoa, he's good. And then it was like, this is unfair. He can't be on your team.
All-time QB.
Like, sorry. And eventually another kid did something. I don't know if he was complaining or was just like, I'm tired. I want to. They're like, I'll be the ref. I was like, okay.
Cool.
So I was the all-time quarterback. Did a few no-look, little Mahomes action. And they're like, he's not Mahomes. Or something like that. Because I had one no-look where I missed the pass. And I was like, I am Mahomes. He's like, I said, I'm from Kansas City. And they all thought that was so cool.
Oh, they thought it was cool.
Like, whoa, you're from Kansas City? Like, do you know Mahomes? I was like,
kinda. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him before,
At the parade.
Anyway, but it was a really fun, sweet time. I don't know. It was just like, it's just a great reminder when you hang out with kids. It's like, oh man, I miss those times. And it's so sweet. And like childhood's just fun. Like those boys were just goofy and like making jokes that didn't make any sense at all. Like they were just talking like cavemen and just like, pizza good. And everyone just died laughing at it. It's like, football we play after lunch. Oh.
And that's like the joke of the week.
Yeah.
That's as funny as it gets.
But then eventually after football, we went and played wiffle ball, and it was the same thing where the kids were like doing kid pitch and some of them were humming the ball. And so I tried to be the umpire because every kid, of course, thought everything that they didn't swing out was a ball and everything that they pitched was a strike. So I tried to be definitive. Eventually I just became the all-time pitcher, and it was so fun. It was fun to pitch to him, but it was really, really fun because I had a little sidekick named Bo that just stood next to me the entire time. Wow. And he just thought it was like the most fun thing ever, just standing out there with all the 10-year-old boys just hanging out. Yeah. And so it was just a highlight for me was just like, yeah, he was just like, I got to be out there with you, Dad, and with the boys. And I think he got the ball a few times, like, when they would throw it back to me and I wouldn't get it or whatever. But for the most part, he just stood there and it was so sweet. I don't know.
Totally happy.
Yeah, it was just like the little, like, it was like a sidecar. Like there's Bo in my sidecar kind of thing.
That's nice.
So anyway, it was just a fun time doing, birthday things with the kids and just being an amazing quarterback, really, is what it came down to.
It.
Yeah.
When you said the like hilarious 10-year-old jokes reminded me. Also, once again, at Shake Shack yesterday, they like read off your name, and there was a group of high school boys sitting next to us, and they come out and they read off, Josh is less than adequate. And they all just die laughing.
Got him.
He put that's his name. Oh, they laughed like just well after that, he'd already announced it. They were just laughing and laughing. And
That's
I was like,
awesome.
That's kind of fun.
Good for that guy, like the worker of like, I'm gonna actually read this entire thing.
And he announced it loud, like knew it was supposed to be a joke.
I love that, dude.
They loved it. But anyway, you said they were drinking like Mountain Dew and Sunny D?
Yeah, Sunny D, and also B.
Beam.
What's a beam mean?
What does a beam mean? We
It means
love
to
beam.
be amazing. I'll tell you that right now.
I know we talked about it last week, I think, but our girl Allie, she, we already liked their products, reached out, and then she was like, "Hey, not only do I want to work with you guys, but I've started listening to the podcast. It's nice." She actually emailed us while we're recording and was talking about Beam and everything, and
Beam be amazing.
Beam be amazing. And yeah, they're just so great. Brad and I are working it in to just our daily, just like habits, daily rituals. We're becoming healthier. They've got the probiotic pills you could take, but the stuff I really enjoy is the greens. We've got it here.
Regular greens or super greens, you'd say?
They're like, let's see, if a green got bit by a superhero as a kid.
A radioactive spider.
And became a super green, too close to the sun, so he was Sunny D. But
Yes.
yeah, they really are great. 17 fruits, 8 veggies in every serving, and it tastes great. And I know Brad can speak to the fact of like, if you're turned off thinking like, okay, Sunny D, there's no way this could be healthy for me. This is gonna be so sour or so tart.
No. It's like the perfect blend of like, this tastes healthy, but it tastes good, if that makes sense. Like it's not like, whoa, there's all this artificial garbage in there that makes it taste exactly like Sunny D. It's like, no, this is the Sunny D flavor, but it is not like overpoweringly, whoa, this is, bad for me kind of thing. Like the pink lemonade is so good. And it's like, it's not sour and, it's just like, no, just a perfect amount of pink lemonade flavor in there. I'm actually getting some berry soon.
Oh,
because the berry one, I believe, has 35 calories per serving. And if you have less than 50 calories, you can stay on your intermittent fast. AKA, I'm going to have it every morning while intermittent fasting.
That's actually really nice.
Right.
It tastes way better in water.
It's very exciting to have something substantial in the morning, like Beam, be amazing.
Way
at the
more
same time.
Fruits than water. Way more vegetables than water.
Literally everything's better.
I'm going to say way more vitamins A, C, E, and B than water.
Oh boy. Yeah. Way more. So,
and I kind of like that it is such a green look. I challenge you guys. Make your little mixtures and make sure it's a transparent bottle, glass, whatever, water bottle that you make it in, and then take it into public. Because people are going to see you drinking the super green and be like, dang,
dude,
this 100%. Guy is so healthy.
No one looks at a green drink and is like, what's going on with that thing? Like, no, this guy's got a hold of his life. This woman like knows her priorities and it's health.
And they don't need to know that it tastes like pink lemonade, that it tastes like Sunny D.
It still tastes good.
They just think, wow, this is the healthiest person at this coffee shop right now.
Absolutely. 100%.
Good for that. I bet that person is amazing.
Be amazing.
And they're like, yeah, what I do is just wake up and I just boost immunity and then just be amazing.
Boost immunity, be amazing.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. So they do have a promo code for us here. It is GRKC.
Oh,
10% off.
Oh, okay.
And it's at You Can Beam, BEAM,
because you can
stands for Be Amazing.
You can beam.
You can beam.
I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you do it. Just do it. YouCanBeam.com.
And they didn't write this in there, but it is the website's open 24 hours a day.
That's true. They don't close. Memorial Day's coming up. It's still open.
If you're one of those listeners that listens to the podcast Wednesday, like right when it comes out, it's 1:45 in the morning right now. YouCanBeam.com is open.
It's open for
Order
business.
it right now. I dare you. Post about it. Tell us about it. We will tag you. We will repost it. YouCanBeam.com. GRKC.
Whoever orders some in the most middle of the night, we will talk about on next week's podcast.
How much is what's our wake up time?
I don't know.
Let's say, oh, go ahead.
We'll figure it out later.
Figure it out because YouCanBeam.com.
You can order YouCanBeam.com.
It's so good, guys. Try it out. It's good for you too.
Do it. Brad, did you notice I got a haircut?
I did. Did you notice I got a haircut?
I did.
Thank you.
Looks nice.
All right.
Anyway.
So national anthem update. Just kidding. Go ahead.
I wanted to get a haircut, probably like 3 weeks out or so for the wedding. I feel like that would be a good time. And then we can kind of see how it looks and maybe get one last one kind of right before, trim up the neckline or something.
Okay.
And so I walked in. Granted, I went to Great Clips, so I will say that. My
Bold
wedding
move,
haircut.
yeah.
But I feel like the last few times I've gone to different places, Sport Clips is like more expensive. They do more for you. But Great Clips is better. It gives me a better haircut.
Sport Clips is just great clips with like more amenities.
With a TV.
Yeah.
And lockers.
There's no TV at Great Clips?
No, there's nothing at Great Clips.
Really? Is Great Clips the one that gives you a sucker at the end?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I will say it's not a good sign that like I've never had the same person cut my hair twice. Like it's a sign of a good company. A lot of turnover.
A lot of turnover. A lot of people that aren't getting paid what they should get paid.
As far as they know, it's just like, oh yeah, we sent Denise to New Branch. Like, oh okay, great. And like, well, no, like,
yeah, it's
wow,
called Home Depot.
Everyone's getting fired here. And I was just like very clear. I even kind of mentioned like this is like my wedding's coming up, so hopefully she'll take it a little more serious.
I remember having that haircut, being like, yeah, I'm getting married this week. Yeah.
So to kind of kick it in gear.
Yes.
If you can.
Were you nervous?
I trusted them. If I'm going to go in there, it's like I did have trust. And so I was like, let's do a 4 on the side and let's not get too crazy. I think only take like a 1/2 inch from the top. She's like, 1/2 inch. I mean, It's
That's like the 4 millimeters of of hair.
You a fly fisherman? It's going to be under a hat anyway. And she was like, I mean, a ½ inch. I mean, it's not even really going to look like you get a haircut with ½ inch. And so I was like, inner turmoil, you know, I'm like, okay, all right, let's do 3/4 of an inch. And she's like, okay, 3/4 or an inch. And I was like, well, that's not really
3/4 of an inch.
Yeah. Okay. And so she gets cutting. And as we get going, I'm already thinking this was a mistake. This was a mistake. This looks too short.
What? Did you say something?
Well, at that point, she'd already started cutting.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, she can't take it back.
Yeah.
But it did. So that's what I want to bring up. Being like in the haircut seat is one of the more just like, I don't know. I have nothing. I have no power.
You're pretty vulnerable. Yeah.
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I've told you, Marv, the old man.
Yeah.
He used to cut my hair away from the mirror. I did not like that. And now this new guy's doing the same thing. And I don't know why he's doing this. Like, because then I don't know what it looks like until they're like, all right, how's it look? And I'm like, well, if it looked bad, I would have not been able to say something till the end.
Yeah.
I love when you can look at the hair. Can you look at it at Great Clips?
And so that's what was getting me worried because she had it so like matted down that it looked even shorter. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I have made a mistake. This is so dumb. Like I'm just sitting there to be like, you're such an idiot. Why did you not just stick with ½ inch? You knew what you wanted. You should have just been strong and what you wanted. Say the ½ inch next time. In the middle of all this, they're listening to the radio over the speakers, of course, you know.
Oh,
God forbid you listen to Spotify.
Sure.
It's just the radio and some like DJs on there, which it's amazing that the radio has not changed since I was in high school. Like every Kiss 92.9, like they still have like the same kind of like sound bites of like mash up like
kind of sounds like they're still like they have like the effect on it. It's like they're on the phone or something. Like it's like
the hits.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe like a phone dot to beep, 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 you know, whatever. It's the exact same.
Lady Gaga, born this way.
It's like
it's the exact same.
Morgan Wallen.
I don't know. What's a good
Taylor Swift. Nickelback.
And
go ahead.
So the disc jockey's coming on. He's like,
disc jockey.
Here's a new one for you guys. We've all heard of the crazy things that you could sell on eBay over the years, but we've got a new one for you guys today. A woman in Tennessee is selling the contact lenses that she used to view a Taylor Swift concert. So it is kind of wild. But the woman cutting my hair is in the middle of cutting it, turns around. This is basically like doing it without a mirror. She goes, what was that? Mid-cut is like looking at the other hairdresser. And now I was like, all right, you can't not look.
Did you say
10
something?
minutes ago, I told you this is my wedding haircut. And she's doing no-look haircuts.
Oh, sure.
And I was like, okay, we can't
But
do
she's
that.
got the finger. It's not like she's going to go below the finger.
That's true. She would have had
She
to
was
cut
going
her
finger
own
length,
finger.
yeah.
She did have the finger up there, so maybe she felt safe. But either way, I was like, it's my wedding. Can we look at me the whole time?
Yeah.
Which, granted, that was a wild fact. And of course, the other woman's like, hey, how'd they get Taylor Swift's contact lenses? My hairdresser's going, I don't know how they did that. And so I was like, no, she's saying the woman who she watched the concert.
You interjected.
Yeah, I had to explain it to him. I was like, let's just keep our eyes in front of us and let's please focus at the task at hand. And I was like distraught because really, that's all Rachel ever. If I'm getting a compliment on how I look from Rachel, it's about the hair. She loves the hair.
She loves your hair.
She keep the hair.
Yeah.
I want it big, whatever.
Right.
She likes it. She just loves it. I have thick hair. She's always like, I hope our kids get your hair. Oh, I hope they don't get mine.
That's like her main attraction to you is like the hair.
And so I was like, oh man, I ruined it. I'm such an idiot. But luckily, like then once I showered,
Once I showered, it was like completely fine.
I was totally fine. And honestly, Rachel loved it.
I can't wait for marriage. It's going to be a wonderful day.
What a whirlwind.
Wow. Yeah, it's going to be over before we know it.
But it really wasn't that bad. And I was like, and I think at that point I had like 17 days before the wedding. So like, it'll be fine. But just a funny story. I'm just like,
when was this?
I mean, it's probably like 6 days ago or so.
Oh, okay.
I got a cut.
Wow, I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to apologize.
Yeah, it looks great.
Sorry I didn't come to Tim's graduation with you guys.
Yeah, seriously though.
Sorry I didn't come to the wedding shower.
Man. Great Clips, man. When are you going to graduate from Great Clips? I feel like you're graduating from your maroon shirts all the time. You're
That's a good way of putting it.
You're graduating into nicer cars.
Yeah.
It's time for you to go to a barber, man.
I don't know what it is. I think
I'll give you my barber.
It's a convenience thing. It's just like
it's less convenient.
Well, I'm saying I can just pop in a Great Clips in an afternoon when I don't have it planned out.
That is convenient.
Whereas like Hudson and Hawk, it's like, okay, they're booked for the next 5 days sometimes. If they are available, it's not the time that I'm free. Great Clips, I can just walk in, bang, I'm out in 10 minutes.
Yeah. When are you going to graduate into planning more than 1 day in advance?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. With marriage coming up, though, it is fun to I'm starting to like process like what my life is about to look like for the first time a little bit of being like,
it's going to be a whirlwind.
Wow. So I'm going to wake up and someone's just going to be there.
I'm going to have no alone time.
Yes, dude. I'm a little worried, to be honest.
You're going to be like, I have no commute to work anymore.
Rachel and I, it's going to be
Rachel's
terrible.
off today.
No,
yeah, right.
It's going to be the worst thing that ever happened. No, I mean, Rachel and I think anytime, I've talked about this before, but anytime there has ever been tension with Rachel and I, we've never had a fight. We've never had an argument that we can't talk about and get over with in 5 minutes. But anytime that does arise, it always comes from unmet expectations or unspoken expectations. And
Good word.
Trying to always get ahead of that, of just like really letting her know, like, I'm really starting to realize the older I get, how much I value my alone time. And I was like, so I don't know what the solution is, but just know that's going to be something I'm going to have to figure out here in a few weeks.
Well, you're going to learn things about yourself that you didn't know, like
totally.
For sure. You know what I mean? Like, and you're going to, you're going to realize, I mean, you've been single for so long.
Yeah.
Like you have not had to worry about anybody else. I mean, whatever, basically for however many, 15 years. Nah.
What are you basing this off of? Like since adulthood?
Since college, basically.
Okay, sure.
So I guess that's when you were 18.
9 years. Oh, since college started. Okay. Hey, 13 years.
I don't know. Maybe you're worried about your mom in college.
It's a long time just be on your own schedule.
And then you're going to realize like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I even did that. And then it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I'll find new habits, new personality quirks. I've warned Rachel several times. I was like, I'm probably going to be revealed just how selfish I am. And Rachel's like, you are not selfish. Like, you care about me all the time. I was like, I know you think that way, but I just think just logically, there's no way for me to like enter marriage and not become a less selfish version of myself. It just seems so logical that like, I've only had to look out for myself.
Sure.
I'm sure I've built a lot of habits where I only care about myself, and that is going to change. And that is going to be revealed to me, and I'm sorry in advance.
And I think Rachel was telling me some psychological term. I think it's human is what it's called. You're human, and so therefore you're selfish. Like any human out there.
That was good. That got me.
You're like, wait, human?
What, dude?
Did you say human? Like, it's May, so.
Cumin.
Yeah, cumin. Yeah, there's salt, there's pepper, and then there's cumin. So if you're non-binary, you're cumin. No, just, you're a selfish person because you're a person. Like, everyone's selfish and it's never going to go away, but you can learn how to serve throughout the selfishness.
Yeah.
But that's exciting, man. I'm excited to just reflect as much as you want with me. Cause I love hearing all about it. And it's just an interesting, dynamics are just interesting. Like, cause Rachel's obviously so different than Catherine, but she's still a woman, and I don't know if you're so different than me, but you're not the same as me. But
we have our differences too. There's so many things that I feel like, oh, me and Catherine, yes, we are the same in that way.
Right.
But probably 80% of the personality is like, oh yeah, me and you are
totally
the same.
Totally.
But I even like it wasn't even really a moment away with Angie, Rachel's mom, this past weekend, but just like in the midst of other things going on, I was like, so for instance, this is just such a, Rachel and her dad are so similar. So, it can be so just chaotic and disorganized, and neither of them ever know where their phone is. Dude, it's great.
Can I was talking, well, it doesn't matter. I was talking to Joel Harney the other day. He's officiating your wedding, and he was just asking me for some stories or some compliments or whatever, all these different things. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell him that, Joel, but whatever, I did. Okay, so friggin' it's fine.
Joel, be cool.
But one of the things I said was like, Rachel's life can be, I don't even know if disarray is, that's way too extreme, but like Rachel can be a little bit busy or a little bit like crazy, her life's crazy, but I've never seen her like stress about it.
That's the thing.
Have you? Like
her and her dad lose stuff all the time. It's like, I'll find it.
I know.
Oh, it's okay.
That's what's amazing to me.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be like, oh, I've lost stuff, and that's stressing me out.
Yeah.
And maybe eventually you'll project that onto her, honestly. Like
maybe, yeah.
Because I think I might have been a little more chill before Catherine, but I think it bothered me that Catherine was bothered by it.
You find the balance. So like, okay, she's not stressed about this, so I will take on the responsibility of feeling.
It's like, or you see like, okay, Jake's mad about this. Therefore, I'm getting frustrated now.
Yeah.
Because I don't like making him mad. I feel bad about making him mad. You know, all these different, whatever. Anyway, but I'm so impressed by like how even keeled. I've never seen her like, what's the word?
Overwhelmed?
Yeah, but what's the word that we use at camp? Flustered. I've never seen the word flustered. Seen her flustered.
Yeah, I mean, even right before we started recording, it's like she's about to go see a client, like go, do therapy with someone. But she's like, "Oh, I'm going to run over. I got to give Catherine some hummus because it's going to expire when I'm out of town. So I want to give it to Catherine." And Brad's like, "Oh, I love that hummus." And Rachel's like, or Brad's like, "I love it with bell peppers." Rachel's like, "I can cut you up some." And in my head, I don't say anything, but I'm like, "Rachel, you have so much."
I know. I told her like, "No, don't do that." Yeah, you're fine. And I've like witnessed her like. There's been times where she's like, "Oh my gosh, I need to leave like right now," and then she just is like, "See you guys. I'm running a little bit late. See ya." I'm like, "You're not like freaking out right now."
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway,
her and her dad are so similar. And so on our way back from Iowa this past weekend, her dad was like, "Hey, can I like bum a ride from you guys?" Which is already just kind of a funny terminology. Like, not can I like?
He's coming back here.
Just like part of the way. Okay. He bummed a ride to what was it, Grundy,
and then he hitchhiked from Grundy over there to Ames.
So, because he accidentally left a truck in a field like 40 minutes away. It just like something Rachel would do if she was a farmer, probably. Or just like, drove the tractor home, forgot the truck was in the field. I don't know if I'm explaining it perfectly, but this truck had just been in this field 40 minutes away for 6 days. And so he's like, "Yeah, I got to figure out a way to get that truck back." And so...
You just drove him to the truck?
So, yeah, we just drove him to the truck.
Okay.
But as we're trying to leave Iowa, then he's like, "Oh, I need to find the keys first." And so he's like, "I know, I'm almost positive they're in this backpack." And so we're rushing out, we're packing up, and then we're waiting on Steve, and he's like emptying out this backpack, he's dumping it out, and Angie and I are just kind of watching him laughing. And I was like, "Angie, this has been on my mind for a long time, and I've always forgotten to ask you, but like, I'm about to enter into a world that's like this."
Yes.
As he's just like, there's stuff falling out and making all this noise. I was like, "Do you have any like advice or tips? Like, how have you lived with this for 30 years? And she's like, "The only thing I would say is you can't fix it. So don't even try." She's like, "That's what I've learned. Just like let him be himself, and just know that you're not gonna like get it like change this like core behavior."
Dude, that's a good word. Like it's interesting in marriage. Like I think originally, maybe even before we were married, I tried to fix Catherine in
a few different qualities.
In the ways that I saw were like her flaws or whatever. And I remember she said like, "Don't like, you can't fix me. You're not going to fix." Like, she's like, "I might be able to eventually change, but you can't just make me change."
Yeah.
And it's like, it was a good thing for her to say, I think, because I think I was like, "No, it's my responsibility to lead you. And if I see something wrong, then I need to change this about you." And it's like, it doesn't work that way. Like, it's not, I mean, yeah, sure. Call them out if they're doing something sinful or something like that. Yeah. But if it's like, "Hey, you're running late a lot, so I'm going to teach you, like, if you write everything down in a schedule and then you just like set your alarm a little bit fast," it's like, stop. I'll figure it out, kind of thing. So that's a good word from Angie. It's interesting. I feel like with me and like the in-laws, all the people that are married to Catherine's brothers and sisters, we all kind of commiserate on like, "Oh man,
the Hanson family,
those Hansons, like, man, they can get excited or they can get frustrated or, really heated about something or whatever, like all these different things." And the in-laws, we kind of, huddle together. Sounds like it's going to be you and Angie that are going to be like,
yeah.
"Oh man, I remember when Steve did that exact same thing."
Yeah. I think we definitely already have that bond, but
that'd be fun to hear like first, when they're first married, kind of stories of them.
Yeah.
Of like, "Oh man, did it just drive you crazy when you were first married?" Of like things that they did, or was it always just like, "It's fine. I love them too much to care,"
I know. I feel like there are stories that I've heard. I can't like recall them right now. I know that he called Angie the name of like, someone else, classic. Like, a couple times. That gets brought up from time to time. But
was it Angie's family? Sorry, this is a lot about Rachel's family. Maybe was it Angie's family or Steve's family that had the farm?
Steve's family.
Okay. So I was gonna say that also be kind of crazy if like Angie had the farm in her family and then Steve like took it over and like, is losing keys to stuff and whatever. But
that's the thing too. It's like he is like pretty impressive. Like he can be like a little like, flighty and like certain things, but the things that really matter, it's like, he still does his own taxes. He knows every cent that he spent on the farm. He knows exactly, what fields are his and the CSR of every field. It's like he is very, very sharp.
Very sharp.
Yeah.
Same with Rachel. Rachel's got her second degree?
Second master's.
Yeah, second master's degree.
Rachel did impress me. I was kind of attracted to it when we did that breakthrough room and there was a mental math thing. She was right there with me.
I gave up on that thing.
It would just flash an algebra equation. It'd be like 6 minus 2 parentheses, asterisk minus x equals 37.
Yeah.
And then she was just bang, bang. And I was like, "Rachel, I didn't know you had this in you."
Yeah.
It was great.
And then eventually they did the PEMDAS stuff. And then I was like, I'm done with this. I was like, we got enough points in this.
Yo, that's crazy. They're doing PEMDAS
Yo,
right
they're
now.
doing PEMDAS up in this thing.
Yo, that's crazy. They have the nerve to do Please Excuse My Dear on Sound right now.
Speaking of algebra, I was very proud of Hattie. I mean, it's like as elementary of algebra as you can get. But we do these things every night called bedtime math. You would love it, Jake.
I might do it now.
Yeah, we have this book, and there's, it has a little excerpt about whatever. It's random. There's different chapters, but one of the things was about hang gliding, and it was just telling all these facts about hang gliding. And then there's 3 different levels of this bedtime math. There's wee ones, little kids, and like advanced or something like that. She always does the wee ones, but lately she's been trying to do little kids ones. So the wee ones is like, they fly in the hang glider 4 miles and then they walk 3 miles. How many miles total is that? Whatever. Just fun word problems. But then the second one was they had 20 miles total to go to get to their house, and they did a hang glider or whatever for 16 miles. How many more miles do they have to go? Which is just obviously basic algebra, and it's very easy for us. But I was like, oh, those are too big numbers for her, like 20 minus 16. And she figured it out. And I'm like, you just did algebra. I was like, I didn't learn algebra until I was 5th grade.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, good for you.
You are a little kid. You're advanced from the wee ones.
Yeah, you are a little kid. So anyway, I was proud of her for that.
That's awesome.
Proud dad moment.
Hattie's becoming a little adult. And I think just, she grows up a little bit more. She probably wears some CJLA.
Hello. I think she would look really cute in some CJLA.
Oh, yes. Like a nice set of overalls.
Sure. Absolutely. Maybe some, a nice top.
Oh yeah, overalls. Let me raise your one. How about a top?
How about some jeans?
I was like, oh, Brad's about to really impress me here.
Maybe a blouse,
camisole.
a camisole.
What does it say in The Office? I know you like that store.
Yeah, Liz Taylor.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about her crap.
We're talking about Carly Jean, LosAngeles.com, CJLA.
They're great. I feel like any of our ghosty women that I've talked to that have ordered, I met some when I was in the Middle East last weekend, and they were like, "Yeah, I bought CJ."
Yeah,
they had trouble saying it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying what they said.
CJ.
But they were like, "We love it." So
they love CJ.
CJ.
I defy you. It's one of those things where all we have to do is tell people about it, and I'm just so confident that it's going to go well for an ad read for them, because I just know that once you get it, you're going to love it. It's just one of those things where it's like, I had never heard of CJLA, and now I know about them.
Now it's awesome.
And so now I have some, and now I love it, and that's all I want to get, because the clothing is wonderful. It's high quality. It's reasonably priced. It's modest. And, I think we can respect that as men who are trying to be respectful to our ladies, that other women are not dressing immodestly around us.
I think that is a very attractive way
Absolutely.
to dress yourself.
Absolutely. And Catherine is very attractive when she wears Carly Jean Los Angeles. So
all CJLA basics are made in the United States.
Also great.
God bless America.
God bless America. God bless the women who buy this. God bless the men who buy this for their women.
The only thing that I, don't like about CJLA is that it wasn't around sooner. I wish Susan B. Anthony could have first voted wearing a nice CJLA cardigan.
SBA with the CJLA.
I wish Harriet Tubman could have escorted her people.
Right.
Wearing some nice...
It would have been nice, yeah.
High-rise jeans from CJLA.
If Nancy Reagan had some, raw denim on her body.
She would have looked modest, but so hot at the same time.
So hot. Man, would she have looked hot.
That's my only downside.
Margaret Thatcher. Man, that lady could have used some CJLA in her life.
Gosh. Cleopatra.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Could have been, still, tantalizing the fellas, the fellow Egyptians.
Rumor has it that if she would have worn CJLA, she would have been too pretty.
Yeah. Would have gotten out of hand.
It would have been wild.
But
Joan of Arc. I don't know.
Here's what I'll say.
Esther
if you're
from
listening
the Bible
right now, go ahead. First thing you want to do before you even go to CJLA's website,
which is CarlyJeanLosAngeles.com,
is go to your nearest Plato's Closet and start to familiarize yourself with the store. Because once you buy from CJLA, you're going to be giving a lot of your stuff away. You're going to be getting rid of your closet, trying to just get the most money you can out of it, because you're not wearing any of that crap anymore.
Nope.
You're going to Plato's Closet, you're selling it back.
Get familiar with that store and then forget about it completely once you go there once. Because once you get CJLA, it's capsule clothing you're going to have for the rest of your life.
That's it. You don't need a ton.
Am I right, brother?
You're right,
brother.
Bro.
Bro.
Anyway, that's a lot about.
We really love them, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm just so happy that they're a sponsor of ours and they're such high quality stuff. So please check them out. CJLA. It's CarlyJeanLosAngeles.com. Promo code
GRKC, and you get 20% off.
Hello.
That's quite a bit.
Get some.
Get a lot of.
Have some.
Have some. Wear some. 20%. GRKC.
Fun. I'm so happy that I'm happy.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I don't have much more. I have a national anthem update.
Okay.
I do have that. The Royals, they're done for the season. There's no singing of.
I saw someone posted that. That's
yeah,
too bad.
you can't audition this year. I think I have to like audition like February or something, which is just whatever. That's not when my vocal cords are the warmest.
Do you think you could work your way up? Do like a minor league hockey game or something first?
I'll tell you what I am going to probably do unofficially, very, very unofficially, is August. Do you remember what's happening August 24th?
The PPA tournament in Kansas City?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Maybe.
I can't believe I just nailed that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a pickleball tournament, like a professional. Is it Professional Pickleball Association?
Yeah. It's like the biggest one, like the MLB or NFL.
Yeah. They basically tour with the professionals, and yeah, the guy from Vulcan, Dusty, is like, hey, I'll see what we can do. See if you want to do this national anthem for PPA.
It is pretty cool. We have a friend who works for the PPA. We have our friend Dusty who works for Vulcan, and Vulcan happens to be the presenting sponsor of the Kansas City tournament. He's here in town, so
Kismet.
a lot could happen.
A lot could happen.
Somebody do the national
can you imagine?
Pickleball game. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
It's one of those things where it's like, I don't even think they are you sure they need a national anthem at the pickleball thing? But hey, I guess, somebody's got to do it.
That is awesome.
It's going to be so echoey in this like tinnis, canopy thing, whatever those things are called.
Yeah.
Just like one of those big, huge bubbles.
Hey, hello, natural reverb.
Absolutely, brother. Turn me up.
Oh, I hope you experience what I experienced. How are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's like I have no monitor. I'm sure it's
Definitely not.
Yeah, it's just gonna be bouncing off the walls.
You show up just super legit, super professional. Hey, I brought my in-ears. So
right.
Just let's
sound
check.
Should I wear something very like, if I do it, very, very like artsy musical rather than like, my normal golf polo and pants?
Something very artsy musical.
Like I'm talking like something like, what's that guy doing? Like he's either like, I don't know, like a leather jacket and like sunglasses.
I want you wearing a handkerchief around your neck.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Something like dress like Lenny Kravitz.
Okay.
Go just Google him.
Maybe like like light orange, like so you can still see my eyes, but glasses, like sunglasses.
Dude, that is awesome. That's a fun update.
Yeah. I we'll see. Somebody else suggested I should do it at the KU basketball game before doing the Royals, and I feel like KU is way harder than the Royals.
No. I would rather do Royals than KU.
KU is sold out literally every single game.
It's just so much more intimate.
Everyone is staring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basketball game is way scarier than
baseball.
Royals.
They're so far away.
So far.
They're not paying attention.
There's so many scattered seats. Like it feels like there's not that many people there.
And it's like, it's so much before the game that I don't know if there's, people are still talking. I don't know.
Right.
Just basketball is like, we are seconds from the game starting. I'm so fired up. I've been sitting here an hour.
Right.
The only thing standing between me and tip off is this guy.
The basketball players are, they're swaying back and forth. Yeah, absolutely.
Dang, dude.
But
that's pretty fun. And
I don't know if it's going to happen. Dusty, don't feel pressured by me saying this on the podcast, but he did text me about it. So.
And this is August like 24th, 25th. This is not August like 18th, 19th.
No, but August 18th, 19th is going to be a zoppity vibe.
Because I've got my calendar cleared for that.
I would clear it for that weekend for something else.
Oh, okay.
TBD.
Okay.
Oh, man.
TB Dusty.
FYI, just being transparent on this, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do that weekend. We would like to do something. We are unofficially doing something.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out. There's some dominoes that need to fall before we can make the announcements. But
yeah, I think we're close though.
We're figuring out logistics for it. We're really excited. So hopefully you guys can make it.
It'll be pretty special.
August 18th, 19th.
Clear sketch.
Yeah. CYS.
One last thing I want to talk about before we get into the other stuff today is driving through rural Iowa, because we had to take a weird way to drop, Steve off. So we're kind of in some new roads. And it was a town called Albion, Iowa. Albion, I think.
I mean, everyone's thinking albino.
Yeah, basically.
Right?
Yeah. It had a sign like on a little marquee board driving through the town, which what looked like a shoot, where do they play bingo at? Sometimes the Veterans
American Legion.
American Legion.
VFW, yeah.
It looked like an American Legion type building, and the marquee board had a few announcements, but one of them said story time Fridays at 5 p.m. I don't know what goes on there, but how fun is that?
I love story time.
Story time 5.
Story time's fun. Like, that sounds awesome.
I was like, this is amazing. This is a town full of people who like can't get their hands on podcasting equipment. So instead of doing a podcast, they just go to story time. You're like, you're never going to believe this. National anthem.
Honestly, I like the idea of, old people, because it's an old person place.
It's got to be.
Initial thought was like, oh, small town, it's probably just a kids thing. Story time, 5 p.m. I love the idea of it being just exchanging stories with old people.
And they're all just complaining.
No.
Oh, I think so.
You think?
I think it's...
Oh, I think it's like some funny story that happened to them when they were 18, when they were 12.
Oh, I mean, that's much more cute.
I think that sounds
fun.
so sweet and
Just
innocent.
tell
like
any
small
story.
town.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I remember, when we scared our friend Douglas and he fell out the window.
That would be fun. If that's the brand around it, that'd be so fun. And
I would listen to that podcast, honestly. Like, genuinely.
Just old person story time.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a much more cuter take on it. I was imagining just people just like stuff that happened to them this week. They got to go bag about it. Like, there's some new worker at the pharmacy had blue hair.
Sure. Yeah.
Can you believe that?
And they gave me my pills. And I thought, well, is that blue hair getting in my pills? Because if it gets in my pills, I take them back.
Not going to be a happy camper. Anyway, just thought that was funny. Story time at 5. It's like, what goes on there?
That's
Albion.
Yeah, that Albion. There was a coffee shop in Manhattan at K-State where I went, Manhattan, Kansas. Oh my gosh. Why can't I think of Blue Stem Bistro?
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah, it was like my spot. And I think it's Tuesday afternoons or something. There was story time and song time with this Mr. Steve or whatever. And it was just like all these little kids came.
Song time.
Yeah, maybe it was music hour, whatever it was. Because he definitely had a guitar. But it was like one of the highlights of my week. And maybe that makes me sound creepy as a college man.
Yeah.
But like at K-State, like everyone you ever see is your age or a professor.
Yeah.
Like very rarely was I ever infiltrated with families. And so like seeing parents and their kids was always like such a refreshing time to me.
Yeah.
I love going to church on Sundays because our church definitely had like a mix. And then I love that story hour, time. So that's what it made me think when you said story time.
That is fun.
So anyway, maybe we should do a virtual story time sometime.
Get some old people.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like I love my grandma told me a story recently that I was like, that was a fun story.
It's a good story, Granny.
I think other people would enjoy that. So anyway, that's sweet. I like that.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
We're going to hear from some people soon, but one of the people we're going to hear from first is a little girl by the name of Sarah Solberg.
Little S squared, baby.
Sarah Solberg.
Sol, like SOL, which is in Spanish sun, which means Sarah, sunny Sarah.
And Berg, which if it was spelled differently means city.
Oh, really?
I think so. Like Pittsburgh.
Fun.
I think Berg means town or city or something.
Okay.
Maybe Latin.
So sunny city of sun.
Yes. Which, speaking of, you want to travel to a sunny city?
Yes.
Sarah Solberg's your girl.
Well, only for sunny cities though, right? Is that right?
That is one of her big... Oh, no, wait. I'm reading this.
Wait.
Hold on. I mean, the girl lives in Alaska, so I can't imagine...
Oh.
No. She goes...
Yeah, she goes everywhere.
I think this is even... She said, I'm reading here. Yes, she would take you to outer space. If you wanted to go to outer space, she would figure it out.
Well, Jupiter. I don't know if it's Florida or the outer space one, but
she can get you to Jupiter.
She'll get you there.
Inquire about Jupiter.
Yes, we're sponsored by Sarah Solberg Travel. She's a travel agent, and she's a wonderful ghostie of ours. And so she offers her services completely free. And she can specialize in all sorts of different things. We're talking cruises, Jake. We're talking theme parks, Disney, Universal. Hello.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey. Ever heard of a little, island called Hawaii?
Oh, yes, I have. A series of volcanoes over time formed it.
Mm-hmm. Hawaii, Alaska. You want to go on a cruise, Jake? She'll help you get there.
Alaskan cruise? Could you do both?
I bet she could do both. Any kind of all-inclusive destinations? You're not doing one of those for your honeymoon, are you? Don't know. Can't know. What?
No, I was just letting you finish.
But
Sorry,
she can do it all.
No, she can. Let me ask you this. Could she take me to... I've always wanted to see the Keystone Pipeline.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
What about
the Florida Keys?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think she could.
Yeah.
What about Chichen Itza? Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza?
Yes.
She can get me there?
Yes. I was trying to think of like fun, like back and forth. Chichen Itza. Or if you want to go get some deep dish pizza, you can go to Chicago. She'll hook you up.
What about the demilitarized zone in North Korea? Honestly, I believe in her. I don't know if that's on the list. That's not if you can go there, but I bet she'd try. If it was your heart's desire, I bet she would figure it out.
I'm not seeing that anywhere on here, buddy. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
But
okay.
No, but she is an expert at this. She knows what she's doing. She'll help you save money. She'll help you save time. It's just wonderful to have somebody that's planning it for you.
Yeah.
And so Sarah Solberg is that person. Let me spell her name out just in case that helps you. S-A-R-A.
No H.
Solberg. S-O-L-B-E-R-G. She's on Facebook at Sarah Solberg with Destinations to Travel. Or you can email her at sarahsolberg at D2, the number 2, D2travel.com.
We'll put all this in the description. Hit her up wherever. But we've already heard back from Ghosties. They're already hitting Sarah up. And we may never hear from these ghosties again because now they're on vacation. They found a new life for themselves.
They're going to be vacation people.
Yeah, they're just their life has changed for the better.
Trust me when I say Sarah Solberg is the way to go.
Yep. Even if you think you might travel in the future, go throw a like on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Why not?
Even if you're like, I don't know if I'm getting the cheapest rate to Kansas City on August 18th and 19th.
Ooh.
Make sure Sarah Solberg knows about it.
Sarah Solberg.
Maybe we talk to Sarah Solberg about helping us out with the August 18th.
Holy crap. Put our money where our mouth is.
Hello. So Sarah Solberg.
Check her out.
With Destinations to Travel, or Sarah Solberg at D2travel.com.
Okay, well, the rest of this episode is going to be a little throwback. When the walls were gray, when our first ever attempt at calling Ghostrunners listeners. You guys called in, first iteration of Ghost Stories. The theme was weddings, and we've got a few more.
It'll be fun to listen to. Just backstory on them. We way overbooked the old Ghost Stories the very first time we did them. And so we were in a little bit of a hurry the whole time because I think we had like 10-minute calls for 2.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. I think, it was just a chaotic time for us and it was fun.
It might have been, yeah.
So just be listening and just like know that in the back of your head. I think that's kind of a fun like backstory. Like, okay, this was a little bit of a chaotic time for Brad and Jake. Also, they've done a lot of them.
Yeah.
Who knows what the order is going to be here.
There might be some of these calls where we didn't really introduce them because I was like, oh, we'll introduce them later.
We had to figure out, all that stuff. So, but I think it's just appropriate, obviously, with Jake's wedding and Rachel's wedding coming up to just do another wedding stories. And hopefully we get some great wedding stories from Jacob.
Oh, yeah. In
due time, brother.
Enjoy the walls. Enjoy the people.
Hey, wait. Can we make a cool like whoosh, like not whoosh noise? Tell Justin what noise to make for this to like go back to this.
Sword slice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do it, Justin.
This is Kelda.
Kelda.
This is Brad Ellis.
This is Jake and Brad. What's going on?
Hi. How are you?
Do you always go, this is Kelda right off the top?
I mean, I don't.
No?
But, no.
Anytime it's an unknown
don't.
number, I go, hi, this is Brad. Hi, this is Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
if it's unknown, I do. But otherwise, no. I'm just like, hello. Yeah.
Kelda here.
What do you need?
Hey, thanks so much for submitting your story about crazy weddings.
Yeah.
Would love to hear the whole thing. Here we are. We're ready to hear it.
Oh, boy. Wow. Just like right now, huh?
Okay, fine. Kelda, where are you from? Well, fine. Let's get to know you a little bit. What's your Enneagram, Kelda?
Oh, I have no clue. I have no idea.
Where are you calling from,
though? I am from Georgia.
Okay.
I live in
All right, cool. What's your wedding story?
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Bye. See ya.
See ya.
All right. See ya. Thanks for calling.
Kelda.
Thanks, Kelda.
Thanks anyway, Kelda. That was a great story. All right.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm at work.
What's your work?
I'm a CT tech, so I do CAT scans.
Oh, thank you for explaining. When you said CT tech, I was like, I don't know. Okay.
It's not the MR. It's not like the one that makes all the racket.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not the not the tennis. Not the tennis one.
Not that one.
Not the racket.
Yeah, no. Not the racket one. Ha ha.
Awesome. Well, we love your story.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly, Jake hasn't read any of your story yet, so he has no idea what you're going to say. Remind us, tell us about it.
Fascinating.
If this is enough talk beforehand.
It is.
Kelda
it
likes to
is,
be wine to
it
dine a
is.
little bit.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course.
At least buy me dinner first.
Yeah,
It's like Georgia Peach.
I mean, I need something.
This peach needs
You need
a little bit of
something.
Yeah. Before you get this peach's
Give me a
navel.
little something. Well, here's the way it happened. So I've been married. It'll be 20 years in August.
Congrats.
And thanks.
Same guy?
Thanks. You want to hear? Oh, yes, the same guy.
I'm just teasing.
So, okay, hold. Yeah. So my best friend just joined. Hi.
Oh, now we got to get to this girl.
Okay, where are you from?
Where are you from? What
Best
do you
friend?
do?
Just kidding.
Georgia.
Georgia? Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Yes, absolutely.
Stetson
So
Bennett.
she actually. Say what?
Stop riling them up,
Sorry.
Brad.
Said Stetson Bennett.
Yes, right. Set some business.
Okay, I was like, surely they know who he is. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, 25-year-old star quarterback.
That's
yeah,
right.
in college.
That's right.
Okay, so she actually introduced my husband and I on a blind date to start with.
Cool.
But anyway, so we get married at the at our church, my home church,
Sure.
and we get there the day before for the rehearsal dinner, and it is 90 something degrees in there.
In the church, inside the church is 90 degrees.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
inside the church, like
Woof.
hits you in the face like a wet blanket, kind of like
Yes.
just steaming hot.
Do you have any more hot like phrases like that? Because I love Southern phrases. Hit you in the face like a wet blanket. It's taller than a dog's tongue in August.
Oh my word. Now you're kind of getting me off track.
I'm
now.
sorry. Okay. Okay, go ahead. All right. Church, 9 degrees.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's like 90 something degrees in there. So we get in there and we're like, okay, so we're getting everything situated, and we call the pastor, and he's like, yeah, we were in the church offices and it was getting kind of hot in there, but we just thought because it was, 100 degrees outside that it was just hot outside. So he calls the HVAC people, and they come out and they're kind of, scoping it out or whatever. And they let us know before we leave that night that they're going to have to put in another HVAC unit.
Whoa, that's
So
a
we're
big
like,
task in
okay,
one
cool. Yes, exactly.
Didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. So we get there the next day, and it is about the same amount, like 92 degrees inside. Like it's so hot.
That's unbelievably hot inside. Like if it's outside, 92 degrees is really hot.
Yeah, it's super hot. It's in, Georgia in August, 100 degrees outside, humidity like crazy, man. So we get there, and our wedding's at 2:00. Oh, stop. So our wedding's at 2:00, and we get there. Everybody's in the church. They're all dressed, in their suits or whatever. And all of our guests are like sweating profusely.
Sure.
And so we get in there, ceremony starts, and
Well, first of all, she got married on the Georgia-Florida game.
no, Georgia-Clemson game.
Oh, you
Either
can't
way.
do that.
Yeah.
Matthew
I know.
During
Stafford.
the game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, during the game. I know, right? Well, let me start with this though. My husband actually picked the date, FYI.
Okay. FYI.
Before the schedule came out. We did it, a year in advance.
Sure.
But anyway, we shouldn't have gotten married during, college football. Beside the point. Anyway, so all the groomsmen actually ended up having earbuds in their ears listening to the game during the entire ceremony.
And your husband was okay with
whatever.
that? Like he was like, hey, I
Yeah.
understand. It's the dogs. We gotta support the dogs.
Yes, absolutely.
20
He was
years ago.
completely
Good
fine
for
with that.
them.
Yeah.
My mom, on the other hand,
Not happy.
she was not a fan.
No.
She was not a fan at all.
Good for her.
She was kind of the mom bridezilla.
She was the wet
if you
blanket
will.
that hit you in the face whenever you got into the
Yes.
sanctuary.
Yes. Yes. She literally would love to throat punch every single one of them. No lie.
Whoa.
So, and half of the groomsmen were actually late too. So that made it even worse for her.
Yikes.
So they were already on her bad side, you know. I forgot my shoes. So, I had to walk barefoot.
No, keep going. There's some great things on this list. Go ahead. That's
Yeah.
nothing.
My flowers had wilted because it was so hot in the church. Luckily we had done our pictures beforehand, so our pictures had pretty flowers, but they
Okay.
were brown by the end of it.
Did you feel like this might be like foreshadowing? Like our flowers are wilting here. Like maybe this is a bad idea. My groomsmen picked out, or my husband picked out all these guys that don't even care about the wedding. What kind of character does he have?
Well, yeah. Well, here's the deal. Like I'm really easygoing, so none of this stuff really bothered me at the end of the day. I didn't even plan my wedding. My mom and my husband did. I was just like, just tell me when to be there. I'm good.
Respect.
So yeah, none of that stuff kind of bothered me. But we did have a lot of stuff that kind of happened that we were just kind of looking at each other like, holy cannolis, how did this day ever get here and end like this? So our HVAC unit was, not working. Our Unity candle, when we went to light that, it would not light. So we were just kind of standing up there looking at each other while the song was going on.
I mean, yeah, if you're trying to create flames in an environment that's already 92 degrees, you're probably just like, look at the audience like, you guys get it,
You
right?
guys understand what we're trying to do here.
You're feeling it already.
Hey, I swear, if the flowers wilting is not a metaphor, neither is the Unity candle. Okay, guys.
Yeah. So, Unity candle, the flowers all wilted. My cousin, she was 5 at the time. She was our flower girl. And she decided right before we took pictures that she was going to get 2 different colored markers and color all over the front of her dress.
Oh, bingo.
So we ended up having to tie the bow that went on the back of her dress. We had to tie that on the front. So, it didn't have like a red and blue marker show the whole wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my other little cousin, he decided that he was going to projectile vomit everywhere in the church because he was so hot.
He's hotter than a June bug,
Yeah.
He's worried about the dogs.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And then after the ceremony, we went to our, what the heck do you call that?
Reception.
Yeah, thank you. Our reception. And our punch bowl fountain did not work.
No.
And it looked like colored water, pretty much is what it tasted like. Our chocolate fountain didn't work. Lord, what else?
I think that's funny.
I think that's enough things to show that maybe you should have been involved in planning this wedding because your mom didn't do a very good job.
I mean, that's probably, honestly, yeah, that probably should have been the number 1 on that
Well,
list,
but
right?
the real question is, did the dogs win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay,
did.
that's all that matters.
Yes, they absolutely did. So it was 10 years since we had played Clemson, like that day, and we stomped them. So that was, number 1. And I will say our first look was in this little chapel, and it was like the best thing ever because it was just
You're a
the 2
first
of
look
us.
gal. You like the first look.
Yes. It was awesome. It was just the 2 of us. Oh yeah. And our photographer, he had poison ivy.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that. After all of this stuff, I totally forgot about that.
Eugene had
so
poison ivy.
He had poison ivy. And so he was in pants and a long sleeve shirt and 90 something degrees. So, he was really cool. And
Yeah, you guys are doing you guys are doing the first look and you're like, wow, this must be really sweet. I mean, even the photographer is crying. It's like, no, he's just sweating and having an allergic reaction.
Sweating out his eyes.
Right out of his eyes. But yeah, that was a highlight, honestly. Like that was the best thing we did.
Okay, so do
We
a
do all
first
that
look, Jake.
beforehand.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll be
Jake,
sweating
it's
all over the
worth it.
place, crying all over the place. It's gonna be amazing.
Jake, it's worth it. And nobody's waiting on you after the fact. Like we did our pictures and all that stuff of cutting the cake and everything before anybody ever got to there,
Amazing.
like to the reception.
Oh, cool.
So we did all that stuff. We had all that without everybody like completely staring you down because that's a little awkward, but
Love it.
yeah,
Wow. Well, thank
So,
you for sharing all this.
yeah.
This is wild.
absolutely.
I mean, one of those things would have made some people stressed. And I think you had like, what, 10
Yeah.
things happen to you. So good for you for rolling with the punches and not projectile vomiting like your cousin did. And
I know. And
Congrats to
yeah,
the
it's
dogs.
given me 20 years.
That's amazing. Yeah. Very
Yes,
good.
absolutely. Completely worth it.
Love it.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Well, thanks for calling in. Thanks for submitting your story. Good luck with all the rest of the CT scans.
Thank you.
CT
Thank you very much.
text.
Oh, Jake, guess what?
What?
We're gonna come to you in July.
Oh, fun. Like at a show or you're just going to come to Kansas City and see me?
Yeah, we're just gonna come to Kansas City and show up at your house.
Fun.
No.
Well, I'll be here.
So we can be going too.
Yeah, Brad, are you gonna come to Georgia with him?
I'll be if you're there, Kelda, I'm there, baby.
Awesome. Yeah, we actually are gonna do this for our 40th birthday.
Awesome.
Ooh,
Very good.
Fun.
Yeah.
I will make sure
Yeah.
I make sure and meet you guys after or before the show. I promise.
Yes, please do.
So we will hunt you down.
Okay.
Kendra said she will hunt you down.
Okay.
Bring it on, Kendra. Kendra and Kelda.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Dynamic
we need to
duo
roll
right
on to
here.
our next call, but thank you so much for this. This is awesome. Thanks for being a supporter, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
All right. Go dogs.
Nice to meet you.
Good
All right, yeah,
dogs.
good dog.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, next up, we got Jamie coming all the way from Oregon. She's going to tell us her story of her sister's wedding.
Okay, well, this story doesn't necessarily involve me as the main character, which is great because I'm not this silly. But I was the maid of honor at my sister's wedding, and this was in Stevenson, Washington State.
Yes.
I know.
Thank you.
Geography is tough for you guys.
Is it
so
cool to like
it's
say
fun.
Washington State? I think if I were from like a place that also had another place, I would love saying state at the end of it.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. So I'm actually from Oregon, but
State.
yeah, Oregon State, correct. But the wedding was in Washington, just like right across the border. So
Washington
they had
State.
to get, yes,
Okay,
sorry,
right.
not to be confused with Washington D.C. That would be quite the travel story.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Anyway, Columbia River, right, is the border of Washington State and Oregon State.
Okay.
So
Like the universities.
it was.
I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, that will get really confusing.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But it was right on the Columbia River Gorge. So it was super, super windy and it was getting kind of hard to hear the officiant. It was really windy. I was having to like fix her veil and her dress and everything. So I was right on cue, the veil went in front of her face, grabbed it. It was great.
Nailed it.
But she was not quite on cue because when the officiant said, "You may now kiss your bride," she was spacing out. Her husband started leaning in. Wasn't her husband yet. Luckily, it did go through. Her husband started leaning in, and she was kind of thinking, "Wow, like he just must be feeling sentimental." So she went in for a hug. The whole crowd starts laughing, and she still is not catching on to the moment she just missed. So her husband ended up grabbing her and dipping her.
Yeah.
And then finally just laying one on her.
Oh yeah. Crowd
The
goes
whole
wild.
Crowd goes wild.
Oh yeah.
She realizes the ceremony is now over. So it
Ta-da!
was great.
I love the idea. Some people decide not to kiss before their wedding. I love the idea of her being like, I'm still not ready. Like I need a few more minutes. And then she just
Yes.
like is hugging him like, okay, I guess we'll just be patient here. Just
Gearing
let this happen.
Yeah, it was very homeschool like behavior for someone who went to public school her whole life and Oregon State University.
Oh, Oregon State University.
Go
Bring that
Beavs.
back.
Yes.
Does
Oh, yeah.
is she naturally kind of a spacey person? Like, did this make sense?
It makes sense. Yeah, she's pretty aloof
Yeah.
most of the time. Love you, sis.
Okay, has the opposite ever happened where you go to like say goodbye to her and you're like, thanks for having us over, and you try to give her a hug and she just randomly kisses you?
Great question. Luckily, no,
Okay.
that has not happened.
Not
Yeah,
yet,
we
at
probably
least.
wouldn't be on speaking terms.
Yeah, right. All of a sudden, it's like, what? You can't space out that much, okay?
Yeah, that'd be the last goodbye you ever had.
I can't imagine being at that wedding and you may kiss your bride is always the thing I look forward to most. I love it. I love seeing, it's just so wonderful. It's bliss. And you may kiss your bride and she just goes and hugs him.
Come
Like,
here.
oh, bear hug you.
And it was that classic. It was like middle school hug where it's like,
Oh,
where
like
does my head go?
the
Do
butt
Yes.
I go to
out
the left or the
hug.
right?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was so bad.
That's amazing. And so I'm sure you bring it up all the time to her still to this day.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
she's not living that down.
Did she, it was just her explanation was just like, yeah, just spaced out.
Yeah. I mean, of course, she tries to make it like, "Oh, it was just so beautiful.
Oh,
And
sure.
I was looking at the river.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have the rest of your life to look at a river. You are getting married, and there's one thing you really need to do.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
You find me an average American who gets distracted by a river, and I'll show you a liar or a schizophrenic. I don't buy that for 1 second. I was distracted by the river. Get out of town.
Yeah, I mean that river was just the current on that thing, just
Oh,
too
yeah.
beautiful. Wow.
Incredible.
I love it. That is amazing. Thanks for submitting the story, Jamie. It's so fun to hear it. And yeah, I just can't, I just, there's nothing quite as awkward as that. That's too good. So, tell your sister, thanks for the
thank you.
content. And yeah, so fun to talk to you.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, real quick,
Fun to talk to you guys too.
where do you actually live? In Oregon, barely?
Yes.
Okay,
I
cool.
live in Oregon.
Cool.
Awesome.
Just when we introduced it, wanted to make sure I had the facts right. So,
Oregon Jamie.
Okay.
Oregon State.
Oregon Jamie.
Okay.
It is Jamie and not Yammy, right?
I was wondering if you guys were going to make fun of me for that because I'm always like right on cue with every time you guys make fun of names. But then I'm like, my name is spelled weird.
No,
There's
it's
supposed to be an E on the end.
It's
Yammy.
Jammy. Yeah, I love it.
That's
No,
funny.
I did. I was going to send, it didn't really fit the stories, but I got called Jammy Pants all growing up because of the way my name was spelled. Yeah. I cried a few
Okay,
times.
I think that could be a fun call in sometime is like,
Weird name.
unfortunate nicknames or something.
Yeah.
We're going to write that down.
Unfortunate
Jamie.
nicknames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll hear from you
Okay,
again,
please
Jamie.
do. Yeah, I have lots of stories. I have 4 siblings. We all grew up close in age.
Awesome.
Still close in age, I guess.
Yeah.
We didn't
never
grow out
really
of that.
grew out of that one. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Well, thanks so much. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye
All
guys.
right. Thanks,
See you, Jamie.
Jamie.
Hello,
Hello.
Hey, is this Brittany?
this is Brittany. Is this the Ghostrunners?
This is
Oh,
the
yeah,
Ghostrunners
you know
podcast, Brittany. Yeah, thanks for
How are you
thanks
guys?
for calling in. We're doing great. We're having a good time calling folks today, and excited to start cranking these out in our new Wednesday episodes. Where are you calling in from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, the Middle
Okay,
East.
Sure.
The Middle East. I was hoping to be the new Middle East correspondent after this.
Not
If you're
bad.
interested.
You're more than welcome. Congratulations for
Might
being
as
the
well.
Middle East correspondent.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's awesome. And what are you up to at the current moment? You at work right now? You at home? What are you doing?
No, I'm actually at home looking up some videos about de-extinction for my students.
De-extinction.
Brad, try to guess
yeah,
what that means.
It's a hot topic right now.
De-extinction is like when you think something's extinct, but then really it's not.
Yeah, I think
That is correct.
Yeah, it's like trying to get like the white tigers like to procreate more, get
Yeah.
the dodo birds back.
Like everyone thinks bald eagles are extinct. Those things are running rampant in Kansas. Like
you know,
they're
where running rampant is Canada. They have way more bald eagles than we do.
unbelievable.
How's that for a fun fact? Anyway, Brittany, what does de-extinction mean?
Well, I'm still learning, but my husband told me about this park in Siberia, I think, called Pleistocene Park, where they want to bring back woolly mammoths for some conservation
That was gonna be white
purposes
tigers.
or something.
Cool.
I don't know. It's really deep, but I'm going to have a debate with my kids next week or the week after. So I'm trying to find some things that explain it better than I am right now.
Wow. So there's arguments that you can just bring back woolly mammoths.
It's like
In
the
a
iPod
way,
Nano or
yes.
something. We're just gonna bring it back.
Yeah, we'll just make a new one.
We've been hearing, we've
Yeah.
been seeing the tweets. A lot of
AI's
people,
pretty amazing.
they miss the woolly mammoth, and so we're thinking about bringing it back.
Like it's like the McRib, the iPod Nano, and woolly mammoths.
Exactly. Bringing it all back. I mean, I think more like that sounds very Jurassic Park-like to me, and I am against it.
That's
But,
what I was
who
thinking.
knows?
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
dinosaurs are next.
Keep
but-
it in Siberia. All right.
Yeah, agreed.
Anyway, let's hear your wedding story. Brittany, what do you got for us?
Okay, so we were planning to get married in April of 2020, which everybody probably remembers. There were some crazy things going on.
Tiger King.
Prior, Tiger King, that was what affected our wedding the most, probably. But no, we in February, so this is like prior to COVID really making it here. We got a call from our wedding venue that they closed up shop and could no longer host our wedding.
Oh,
And I was at work when I got this call, so I just about fainted and left work and went straight to the venue with my husband and my parents and the people who worked there. It was not their decision, obviously, and they were so kind and so helpful. And they had already, by the time we got down there, had already lined up some other venues that they knew were available in the area and were willing to give us like kind of match prices. So we were like, okay, kind of feeling
That's
a little
nice.
bit better.
did you
Yeah,
at
it was
any
great.
point, like when you heard they were going under, were you trying to like, hey, is there any way we can de-extinct this thing? Did you ever throw that in there?
Yes.
Can we get this
I
thing
did.
back?
I sent them a video.
Yeah. I don't know if like we
Have you
guys are
heard
the
of the
woolly
woolly
mammoth, of wedding venues. Oh my gosh.
Right. Yeah. No. So so we looked at a couple of venues, we picked one out, and then we're like, okay, got it under control. We moved all of our vendors. We got everything else figured out. And then about like a month later, 6 weeks, I can't remember the timeline exactly, is when COVID came. And so they closed everything down. And then we kind of waited because we're like, okay, they haven't canceled weddings yet. And these places are private, so maybe they won't cancel. Well, of course they canceled. So like 3 or 4 weeks before our wedding, we had to email all of our guests and let them know that. Yes, we had to let them know we were postponing for the moment and would let them know about a new date whenever we could. So we kind of gave it some time and waited until things started to open back up. And luckily, a lot of people for that summer had already like canceled all of the weddings. So there were places that were open, and we were moving. We ended up finding a new venue that was 7 minutes from our new house, and we're like, great, this is perfect.
Nice.
And they were awesome. So they were able to. Oh no, sorry, I'm missing up my own story here. So before that, I'm so sorry. We found this new venue that the other place helped us find, and 2 weeks before our wedding, they told us that we had to wear masks. And we're like, okay, that's fine. We're willing to like have our guests wear masks. It's a big room and we can spread out. We can follow all the rules for COVID. And we said, but we don't have to wear masks, right? Like bride and groom, like during our ceremony. And they said, no, you have to wear masks. I'm like, okay, so you want us to like give each other our first kiss with this mask on? And they're like, yes, that you cannot take your mask off.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
but they told us we would be on a stage because it was kind of like this room with like an old theater looking thing in it. And so we're like, okay, but we're going to be like really far from the guests. So like, we can't even
Right.
take our masks off, paying a lot of money for this. And like,
I
the
guarantee you we'll be
photographer's
closer than this later on at night. So why not just go ahead and get it over with now?
Right. We're probably already gave each other COVID at some point in
Right.
the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Yeah, if he
we
doesn't
ended
have
up,
it
they
yet.
tried to tell us, right.
I'm gonna give it to
They
him.
tried to tell us that they wouldn't even give us our money back if we canceled. Well, luckily in the contract, they had like the phrase act of God. And we were like, well, COVID, you could kind of consider an act of God because or a government shutdown or something along those lines. There were two phrases that we were like, well, that's in our contract. You cannot just charge us all this money for a wedding we can't even have here.
Right.
So eventually, like, my dad threatened lawyers, which we don't have a lawyer. My dad, of course.
I'm going to call my lawyer.
Like my classic line, I'm like, Dad, we do not have a lawyer. Like we're middle class. Like, okay, whatever.
Amazing.
So, but all he had to do was threaten it. And they were like, okay, so we pulled out the language in the contract, whatever. So they said we could have our money back, but we were still 2 weeks out from the wedding date with everything else paid for and planned and guests coming and everything. So we ended up finding this new venue. This is where I got mixed up earlier. That was 7 minutes from our new house that we were moving into. And so they luckily had the date open and they got us in, and they had an outdoor place for the ceremony. So no one had to wear a mask for the ceremony.
There you go.
And they were pretty pretty loose on the mask rules on inside too. Like every once in a while they'd make an announcement. They were like, hey guys, you got to put your masks on. And then everybody would for like a minute and then take them off. And nobody got COVID because it was a huge room. We did have like half the guests we were supposed to have, but it ended up being so fun and just, it was the best day ever. And there were things that didn't go as we had planned. I mean, pretty much none of it went as we had planned, but it was better than we could have planned. And so, yeah, it was nuts. And I wasn't even going to write in because I'm so used to the story that I've told it. I'm like, it's not that crazy. And my one of my best friends, who's also a ghostie, was like, you have to write in. Like, your story is ridiculous. And I was like, all right, I'll try. And I guess here I am. I
mean, the fact that you had to like reschedule to multiple venues, because then once you obviously get the venue, then you have to coordinate everything underneath that, the photographer, the catering, the, wedding DJs. And it was just one thing after another. That's just, because then they're going to be double booked somehow or, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy. But I mean, in the end, it worked out. And I feel like the following year we ended up, because I'm a teacher, and we were told we had to teach like half online, half at school. And we also had to add in another subject area, which I'm not certified for. And everyone else freaked out. And I was like, guys, it's totally fine. Everything works out. And I swear, like, because of this wedding situation, I'm just like, everything's fine. Everything's cool. It'll be all right.
Seriously. I bet that did change your attitude towards a lot of things. That's great. Good way to look at the positives on it. Wow.
Yeah, I had to. No other option.
Wow. Amazing.
Well, shout out to the act of God then. So Jake, getting you out of that contract.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, God. For COVID, I guess, or something. But yeah, I was going to say, like, I know you guys, you are planning your wedding right now, Jake, but no matter what happens, you can tell Rachel this too, if she's not already listening. Like, as long as you and Rachel are there, that is all that matters, because I mean, so many things are going to go wrong. Hopefully not COVID or anything as crazy, but like, you can't stop it. I'm sure Brad has things from his wedding that happened. And I feel like as long as you two are there and you say I do, that is all that matters. And it's going to be awesome no matter what. So I'm so happy for you guys, and I'm so excited for you. And it's going to be awesome.
That's great advice. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, that's always a good reminder. So I think, when it comes down to it, we just want our families to be there and just, make it. Oh, and Brad's pointing at himself.
I need to be there too.
And we always, Rachel always said, Brad needs to be there.
Brad needs to be there. Okay. He was there when we met.
Brad is the officiant, maybe?
He paid for the ring.
Yeah.
He deserves this.
That's right.
So that's fun.
Yeah, for sure. We actually at one point almost decided to do just like literally a living room wedding with just our parents and our siblings, because we were like, we didn't care about, I mean, I was like the last thing from a bridezilla. So I was kind of go with the flow all along. And it was kind of like, I don't know, someone was testing me like, oh, you think you're not a bridezilla? Try this on.
Yeah, really.
And so at one point we were just like, let's just do it in our living room, because one of our best friends was our officiant anyway. So we're like, okay, we had to have under 10 people in the room at some point during the COVID situation. And we're like, all right, parents, officiant, that's it. No bridesmaids, because we didn't care. We're like, we can have a party later. We just want to get married. It's all we cared about. And so almost did that. And then luckily it worked out that we could have as close to a real wedding as we had planned, and even better than we planned. So it was awesome.
That's great.
You sound like Rachel as far as like being very easygoing.
Yeah, very chill.
I can't imagine like you could throw anything at Rachel and I think she would still just be like, that's great.
Just bounce off
That's
her.
fine.
Yeah, that's okay. I didn't need that anyway.
Right. I don't need to be like, I spilled marinara sauce all over my dress. No problem. I don't have to wear like completely white.
A lot of it's still white.
That did happen to me at my wedding.
There you go. And you were fine with it, apparently.
One of the groomsmen accidentally got some marinara sauce on the front of my wedding dress, and I was like,
really?
The wedding's over. It's fine. Yes.
Wow. Did you write that down? Because I don't remember. Like, I just made that up out of nowhere.
No, I forgot about that part. It was at the hotel after the wedding. Some other wedding party was having like post-wedding food, and they had this big tray of raviolis, and he grabbed one and it fell on my dress, and I was like, I'm never gonna wear this again. It's fine.
Wow.
Oh, you're awesome.
That's
I
awesome.
Love it.
Well, Brittany, hopefully I get to meet you someday. I know Trey and I are coming to Cleveland to do some shows, so no pressure. If you want to come.
It's funny. We're actually my friend who I was talking about, actually, who told me to write in. She and I we just bought tickets to Columbus, because the day you're in Cleveland I will either be in Puddle City, or I will be a week past.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
That's awesome.
I actually, when you guys came to Cleveland last time, I was pregnant. So I will have been pregnant for both of your shows, and my kids will have heard your stand up in the womb. So that's cool.
I love the idea of the phrase "in Puddle City," meaning you're delivering a baby. In, like not going to, but in within. Puddle City. Amazing.
Yeah, it's right. Due date's right around there. So I was like, and then I'm like, is it? I don't know. I don't want to say giving birth, but I guess Puddle City is not any better.
No, I love it. In Puddle City.
That translated perfectly.
I'm currently in Puddle City. Can I call you back?
That's cool.
arriving in Battle City.
Yeah, well, I'll plan on seeing you in Columbus then.
Sounds good. We're looking forward to it. But thank you guys so much. I love the podcast. This is like third best day of my whole life.
Wow.
Wedding first, baby
Brittany.
first. Well,
Thank you,
maybe
Brittany.
like upcoming baby might trump this, but
We'll take
hasn't
top
happened
five.
yet. So
Yeah.
he's got a lot to live up to.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
will
thank you guys so much.
talk to you later. Thanks for calling in.
Save,
All right,
save the
thanks.
woolly,
Bye.
unsave the woolly mammoths. Or, I mean, do whatever. Do something with the woolly mammoths.
Nice.
See ya.
All right, bye guys.
You just
You
can't
like
help
that I said
yourself.
that?
You said unsave the woolly mammoths.
I don't know.
Why would she unsave them?
I know. I was trying to figure out because you don't want to. I don't know. I'm
Anyway,
not unsave.
I had a thought while she was talking. The whole like call my lawyer thing. I feel like we should make a deal with each other right now. If we ever get in a situation, you got a little spit on your lip, by the way, that you should probably get. If we ever get a situation where like, you know what, I'm going to call my lawyer.
Yes, I'll be your lawyer.
We call each other.
Okay.
And we just at the beginning, he's like, all right, this is my lawyer. Hey, Brad.
Is
and
it
then you
like-
kind of know, like, all right, I got to be lawyer right now.
Okay. Yeah. This is my lawyer will be the code word for
Just
that.
just anything like that to like explain, like, hey, lawyer.
hey, this is my lawyer. Yeah. Okay. And we'll know.
And then it's like, all
And
right,
we'll be safe.
yeah, what's going on? And then we'll just fake a conversation, a very legal.
And I won't call you Jake. I'll call you Mr. Triplet,
That's perfect.
my client.
My client.
Yeah. I think that might be illegal, but I'll do it for you, brother.
Yeah, or just maybe once you answer, then I'm like, hey, my lawyer's on the phone now. Do you want to talk to him?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you know, like, all right, it's going down.
Great.
All right, and then you're like, all right, can you tell me what's going on with my client?
Yes.
I'm very busy. Make it short.
Yes, make it quick. I have a meth dealer that I need to work with after this. Breaking Bad. Better call
Might
Saul.
try to find a new lawyer, a fake lawyer for myself. Apparently,
Oh,
my
I probably
lawyer
shouldn't
deals
tell
with
people
meth
that.
addicts.
Yeah, patient confidentiality.
All right, we're back. Walls are blue.
Yep.
We gotta still give you guys our wins of the week and our comment of the week. So
It's Wednesday.
it's Wednesday
I have a
after all.
Wednesday.
So my win of the week is going to be, remember us telling a story about Michael, a guy that recognized us at the Wilder Woods concert.
Yes.
My recent Facebook friend
Oh, mine too.
sent a request my way. I said, you betcha,
You
buddo.
betcha, buddy.
And anyway, he and his daughter Millie, now listeners of the podcast. What up,
Yes.
Michael? What up, Millie? Thanks for joining.
Let's be friends, Michael. Let's come hang on, Casey.
So, see ya. Hey, Michael, clear your schedule. Make sure you're in Kansas City, August 18th, 19th.
Honestly, Michael, we should do an event at Michael's church. I don't know.
What church does he go to?
The church in Nixa. I don't
Nixa?
know.
Oh,
Nixa.
that's right. Yeah, he lives in Springfield. I was thinking
yeah.
he lived here.
No, yeah. I think it'd be fun to, I don't know, whatever. It'd just be we could figure it out, Michael. Be fun.
It could be another win of the week.
Yeah, people live near Springfield.
That
They
they do.
No, I was so pumped. I even wrote down like in my notes for the last couple of weeks, like I want them to listen to the podcast. And then the worship leader from his church also listens to the podcast.
All
That's how
right.
like the connection happened. So shout out to y'all. You guys are awesome. That's fun. My win of the week. First of all, it was a fun win to have Bo pitching with me. That was just a sweet moment. Other win of the week. This is going to be a trivia question that goes into my win of the week. Jake, if I were to complain, if I were to want to upgrade one piece of technology in my life, what would it be and why?
Ooh, one piece of technology in your life. Let me think just real quickly. I don't want to take too long. I think your phone's solid. I think. I think it's your laptop
Why?
because it's so slow.
It's slow, but do you remember my other issue?
You lost a key at one time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the keyboards doesn't work.
I don't
No.
remember.
Keep looking around.
You want to upgrade. You want more ports. You love ports.
I want more port. No, my battery stinks on it. You remember this?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like it dies so quickly.
quick. Yeah,
Dude, it's been miraculously healed. I don't know what happened. I'm dead serious.
it's just good now.
I think something, I was like, I don't know. So I was gone. Catherine used my computer and I worked on it on Monday. And I worked on it for like 3 hours and it was at like 65%, which is like usually 3 hours. I'm
You
dead.
toast.
I texted her. I was like, did you do something to my computer? Which she would never like update it. Like that's
Yeah.
just not her personality. She's like, no, I used it, but I have no idea. I was like, did you restart it or anything? But I think maybe what I was noticing was like, it used to like, I don't know. I was overworking it somehow and the fan was always on. Like it was always trying to like, cool it down or something. It's not been doing that lately.
I do know it's bad for computers to not have ventilation. Like Rachel always sets her laptop on top of her like laptop sleeve that like suffocates the fan and like the ventilation.
So does this
they
have
to work
ventilation right now?
So this is great. Yeah, a desk is great because there's like little pockets underneath here for the air to get in. Like where they at, you can kind of feel them.
No, but yeah, even I see what you're saying. I mean, I was at Panera. That's where I was. And I've been at Panera plenty of times in my life, and it's died so quickly. I was using a personal hotspot rather than their Wi-Fi because it's cheeks. But besides that, I don't know. It's just like, but it was like, I couldn't believe it. It was like a brand new, and it was working faster. So I think I was doing something, I don't know, some program that I had that I don't realize I even had open or something.
Using too much RAM somehow, some way. That's great. Rarely does technology suddenly change for the better. So good for you.
Like I Googled it. I was like, what, and all the Google results were like on the opposite, where it was like, if your battery's going too slow, I'm like, mine's going great. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's rare. That makes me really happy for you though. I love technology.
Because like I would use your computer, and you got your computer maybe a year after I did. Like, well, then you got another one.
Yeah, I got stolen.
But still, like I don't think our versions are much different.
They shouldn't be.
And like yours is noticeably different than mine. Not anymore, baby.
Fun.
Hopefully.
Fun update. Fun win.
Yeah. So
cool. Comment of the week for me comes from our girl, Michaela Style. She came on the Ghostrunners getaway Florida trip. And I think I mentioned on that episode, I was like, yeah, Michaela was telling me how much this trip meant to her. And like, I was getting teary-eyed.
Right.
Well, she's back with more to say. She sent it to our group me, the inner circle of ghosties, we're calling it. We love chatting with them. And anyway, just kind of out of the blue, yesterday, she sent this. On our trip, I realized just how much of myself I had lost over the years. Doing something fun constantly, card games, party games, sports, etc., with fun people, reignited parts of me that had lied dormant for a long time. When I got home, I told Kevin, her husband, that I couldn't let that part of me get buried again. I needed to feel that sense of joy and community that I felt on that trip, of people just like me, but at home as well. She's like, so I found a local rec sports league. I signed up for St. Volleyball. I'm going to be playing against Brandon, of Brandon's Coffee Corner, of course. And so that was so fun. She said, I don't mean to sound dramatic when I say that Florida was a huge catalyst in my life. I have felt a shift happen in me that I will probably talk about life in terms of pre-Florida and post-Florida from now on. I feel such a deep sense that I'm about to really start thriving instead of the surviving I've been doing for years. So anyway,
wow.
Really cool to think that this is like a defining point in her life. Not just like a really cool trip, but like to think about pre-Florida and post-Florida Michaela. Just awesome. I texted her and I was like, this is so cool that the Lord used this trip that we, came up with to like be so impactful on her, in life, her entire life.
Yeah, dude.
Wild.
It's so sweet. Yeah. To hear stories like she's not the only one that has shared stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it's
you're right.
That is so cool and so fun and like exciting. So just little preview. We are going to do it again.
I was going to say, too bad we're not doing another one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
We are doing another
like
ghosty getaway. Yeah.
What'd you do at like 8:30 this morning, Brad?
I reserved our house for next Sunday.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Wow.
Where is it at? When's it at? Who freaking knows? We do. You don't.
We'll tell you soon enough. Just for now, August 18th through the 19th, maybe 20th is...
That's the first calendar clearing. Another one you don't have to worry about for a while.
Yes. So... yeah, we're excited and
fun.
I can't wait to reunite with some of the people that went this year. Can't wait to meet new people. Can't wait to reunite with people that didn't come this year, but we've met before. So
I can't wait to see how sunburnt Gabe gets on the next one.
Yeah, like it's like a rule. Like Gabe's not allowed to wear sunscreen.
No sunscreen, Gabe.
It's like you're playing chicken with the sunscreen. Anyway, yeah, fun things happen with the Ghostrunners, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you for your support of us. Yeah, for listening to the podcast. It's just cool, man. It's just fun. So. Jake, have a great wedding. The ghosties are saying that because I'll see you again.
Oh, okay, great.
And I'll be at the wedding too.
Do you have a comment of the week?
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, mine's just Paige Cuco 22 hours ago. I'll be at A18-20, A18 to 20 if it's the last thing I do.
I did see that. I was like,
I love that.
Sweet.
Especially because I've never met Paige. I've made tables for her.
Wow.
I've communicated with her plenty, but I've never actually met her face to face.
Saw her last week.
I know you've met her multiple times.
Yeah, very cool. Very great. I didn't beg, but I pleaded, you guys have to come on the next trip.
Yes.
You guys seem so cool. Yeah. You have to come.
Come on. Fun. So I'm excited. August 18th, 19th. It's going to be sweet.
That's going to be sweet. And yeah, when you're listening to this, I get married in 3 days.
Gosh.
So
how are you? Just general feelings. How are you feeling?
Oh, solid.
Are you?
The decision fatigue is starting to set in a little bit, where now I'm starting to really look forward to just like being through it a little bit.
Dude, yeah.
You know, I think anyone would probably feel that way. I felt the same way with the proposal too. It's like there's so many like moving parts to this, and we have to keep so much of a secret. Like,
right.
That will probably feel more of a relief than this will, because this is like a day-long celebration with all of our best friends. Like, it's going to be very, very fun. But
does Rachel know where? I know she knows you're going to the Bahamas. Does she know what the place is?
She doesn't really know anything else. Just know where we're flying. So
great.
Plenty to be surprised about.
Well, yeah. Never mind. I'll say it later.
Cool.
Just in case. But yeah, dude, I hear you. That's exciting. I am excited for you, and I'm sure it's going to be like this wonderful release of like emotions. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, holy cow, here, it's finally here, you know?
We did it. This is the decision that I had made up about 10 months ago, and finally executing it.
It's awesome, dude. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I'm excited for me, honestly. I'm excited for you to be my neighbor, officially.
Yeah, finally move here. My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be so fun. It's going to be like, whoa, there's Jake. He's still here.
All the time now.
I know.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, a lot of fun things to look forward to. Thank you guys for always listening, supporting us so well. Check out all of our sponsors.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Love you guys. See you next week.